Offensive line. I am concerned about left tackle. Left tackle is it's an unknown. We're putting, if you remember last season, we had a right tackle issue. It was Evan Link. Well, he's at left tackle now. So Andrew Sprague is going to be our right tackle. Evan Link's our left tackle. He should be a guard. He's not a tackle. He's not quick enough for the outside, for those edges. He's good at moving people, but he gets beat. So I'm very concerned about left tackle. We do have a 5-star freshman that's dangerous, in my opinion. Andrew Babaloa, who was the second-rated offensive tackle last cycle. There's some buzz. He looks good, but I just don't trust freshmen. So my concern is the offensive line. If I got to give you a second one, though, Mark, it's wide receiver. We have a lot of unproven at wide receiver. Donovan McCauley is going to be our wide receiver 1, but then what? We have 2 promising freshmen and Andrew Marsh and Jamar Browder. They're promising, but they're freshmen again. So you never know how they're going to acclimate to the college game. Outside of that, I mean, Samaj Morgan has not produced. Fred Moore has not produced. We actually have a running joke on our channel where we have some viewers who make fun of our receivers. It's like a running joke on there. So, so those would be the 2 position groups I have my biggest concerns with.
Well, if I remember, our buddy John Diadamo is a Fred Moore guy.
Supporter.
So he's a little guy, a little shifty guy, right?
Well, he's like 6'1". He's 6'1". He's got a little speed to him, but he's not the biggest guy, But his issue is consistency. But here's the argument, right? We didn't have an offensive coordinator who knew how to be an offensive coordinator, and we didn't have a quarterback who get him the ball. And there was a lot of instances last season where our wide receivers were open. So we'll find out this year the reality. We have a veteran offensive coordinator in Chip Lindsey, and we have a quarterback who can get them the ball. So to be determined on some of it. That's why it's a good debate. Again, we have these debates every Thursday on the call-in show. Anyone can call in, whether it's a Michigan fan or a rival fan or just a college football fan. These are the debates we're having every week on the Voice of College Football in Michigan.
I think I'm also mixing up average Michigan receiver. Samaj Morgan, he had the big play against
Iowa.
No, I was thinking a little crossing route against Alabama in the Rose Bowl to score Michigan's first touchdown.
So that was Tyler Morris.
Who was hurt all season, right?
Yeah.
And then he came on late and
Yep. And he transferred, so he's gone. I think he went to Northwestern. I could be wrong.
Why would he leave?
But
like those kind of situations mystify me, because he looked like a guy that, from what I know, which is a lot less than you, that he was a fairly highly touted receiver. He got nicked up that season, so he didn't get much of a chance. But then the break between the end of the season and the playoff game gave him some time to prove himself and show himself in camp, and then he makes a couple big plays in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I think it's just he got put lower on the depth chart, with the Fred Moore and Samaj Morgan playing those positions. So, he just didn't get the opportunity he wanted. And correction, it wasn't Northwestern, it was Indiana. So Kirk Cignetti's is going to have his opportunity with Tyler Morris. But so it's just one of those things where he didn't make the depth chart and he was looking for opportunity elsewhere. Plus, the offense, it has a stigma it needs to overcome, which is it's not a very beneficial offense for wide receivers. They're trying to overcome that. Actually, Michigan's making some big swings at some wide receiver prospects right now. They actually are projected to get Travis Johnson, who's a very good wide receiver out of Virginia. So Michigan's trying to change that narrative, but we'll see what they can do with that.
Our friend Leanne Herring, she's high on Andrew Marsh. I think he's a Texas kid that she's familiar with.
Yes. Love Andrew Marsh. I mean, he is good. I mean, he really is. I anticipate him taking over the Z position. So right now it is Fred Moore. Well, I mean, in theory, because he's a senior, he's a junior. But I do believe it'll be Andrew Marsh at some point in the season who takes over that Z position. He's good. He has all the ability. He's physical. Twitchy, quick, has good hands, just has the right mentality, but he's a freshman. So we'll find out. And thank you, Bito, but we'll find out, what does Andrew Marsh, how does he acclimate to the college game? That's the biggest step for a lot of our young guys, is how do they acclimate next season?
The Bull will win. Appreciate the contribution here. My man, TJ, best in the business. Just so you know, Mark, he is a real professional, handles recruiting exceptionally well. Well, who do you think hired TJ?
It was Mark Rogers.
Yes. So yeah, we know that. But we appreciate the contribution. Absolutely. TJ's tearing it up over there on the Michigan channel. So before you run, I think what the NCAA investigation got a held recruiting back, and now it's kicking back
Well,
in.
well, no, I mean, it's a good question. So I'll give you an update on both. So the committee of infractions meeting just happened a week ago. Um, that was more or less, I don't know, that wasn't really holding recruiting back. But regarding that, we have a 30 to 90-day window before we find out the results or the verdict of that meeting, and what does that mean for Michigan, and which will be, I'll tell you, that'll be must see TV, whether you're watching Buckeye Channel, Ohio State, the voice of college football, or if you're watching Michigan at the voice of college football, because one side's winning that debate, and it'll be a good time either way. But regarding recruiting, the reason why recruiting is on fire, or it's green light right now, is because the House bill just passed. Michigan was waiting for the House bill to pass before they guaranteed numbers to recruits, because they didn't want to be in a position where they were guaranteeing numbers and they couldn't fit it under the cap, or they didn't know the roster size. It's going to be 105, although there's going to be scholarship exceptions. But that was really what it was. Michigan just wanted to kind of slow play it until they knew the parameters of, the new rulings. And now that they know, they're already set up to go full speed, and they are. I mean, since that House bill, as soon as that House bill passed on a Friday, we landed a commitment Sunday night, Monday. We took these kids from Notre Dame, very good 4-star prospects, and Michigan is right now on a tear. And we're gonna have an update on all that tonight at 8 p.m. Mark.
Awesome. And I'm on record as saying it's going to be a slap on the wrist from the NCAA. I don't see anything coming of that.
Yeah, my prediction is I do anticipate them doing like 4. So Michigan self-imposed 2 games for Sharon Moore, which is week 3 and 4, which is funny. I do think go on.
Which were the games to select? I know Nebraska fans are
Right.
taking angst at this, that they're being
Yeah.
targeted as, oh, you don't think we're worthy of a difficult game, but it's got to be early in the season. It's got to be back-to-back games, and you're not going to do it against Oklahoma going on the road, your first big game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that was the logical 2 to take.
I think it is the logical 2. I think that frustrates people because it is the logical 2. They want Michigan to suffer. Like, a lot of people want Michigan to suffer, but so I do think Sharon's going to get 2 more additional games. And I don't. And John Diadamo, my co-host on Michigan Wolverines Live, makes a great point. He thinks it's going to be this year. He thinks the NCAA is going to make Sharon Moore miss 4 games this year. It's possible, but I do believe Michigan's going to get a fine in the 10 to 20 million range. It's going to be a very large fine. I do anticipate Michigan getting like recruiting restrictions as well. And I do think we're going to see show causes for Jim Harbaugh, Connor Stalions, Chris Partridge, but I don't think we're going to see anything more. I don't see postseason bans. I don't see wins being taken away. I definitely don't see the Big Ten championship or the national title being taken away. And that's what a lot of rivals want. They want blood. But I just don't see it. I even have a $100 bet with a prominent Ohio State social media account, DG. I believe that's what he goes by, DG Buckeye or something like that. He thinks we're going to lose wins or get at least 1 year of postseason bans. I just don't see it, but we'll see. We'll find out. To be determined, Mark.
Good stuff. TJ,
Yeah.
good to see you. Get after it, of course, tonight and on Thursday.
Will do, Mark. Thank you for having me on.